Hi everyone. So, while I'm waiting for some replies to some specific questions that I have, I'm going to acknowledge that I saw Meghan's latest pack walk in black tights and huge sneakers and cap. I really have nothing to say about it except what or who is she grinning at, seeing that she is seemingly alone? Well, I don't see anyone, so either, number one, she is insane, laughing and talking to herself, or two, she knows the paparazzi is there because she called them, or three, all of the above. I mean, you can choose. I no longer wish to waste time with the parking lot pap walk queen. It is becoming very cheap and extremely boring. So, until I get some factual or at least gossip based on reality and not crazy imaginings of the mentally ill, I want to tell you another royal related story. Is it of much consequence? No, I guess not, but it is certainly very, very interesting. Now, how many of you know who Armie Hammer is? I guess my American supporters would indeed know, but others, like myself, did not know about him until a story broke about his weirdness and love for BDSM and other sick habits, which I would rather not mention on here, as I do not wish to get a strike or get kicked off. Anyway, if you still do not know who he is an American actor whom I only know from Gossip Girl. But he was also in an Oscar-nominated movie called Call Me By Your Name, which I haven't seen. So that is Armie Hammer in a nutshell. But a divorce, a police investigation, a failed career later. It is not Armie Hammer I am interested in, but indeed his link to the British royal family. Now, I must just mention that Armie's career was actually forced to a sudden halt, not because of a lack of talent, but due to his bad and sick habits, unfortunately. Anyway, you see, Armie Hammer is from a very, very rich family, a family who has allegedly now also withdrawn the financial support of him. So allegedly, old Armie Hammer is now selling timeshare in the Cayman Islands, but never mind. Armie Hammer, the 37-year-old American actor, is the son of Michael Armand Hammer. He is also the great-grandson of Armand Hammer and Baroness Olga von Root. But let me tell you a little more, just to fill in the background and build the suspense. Armie, or Armand Douglas Hammer, his father, Michael Armand, owned several businesses, including Knoedler Publishing and Armand Hammer Productions, etc., etc. There are many others, but if you are really interested, you can go Google it yourself. His paternal great-grandfather, though, was oil tycoon and philanthropist Armand Hammer. His great-grandmother, like I said, a Russian-born singer and actress, Baroness Olga Vadimovna von Root. And it is the very same great-grandfather, Armand Hammer, I want to tell you more about. Armand Hammer was born to Jewish immigrants who came to New York from what was known as the Russian Empire. Armand took over his father's business, Allied Drug, at the age of 22, after his father Julius was sent to prison for performing an illegal abortion on the wife of a Russian diplomat, and she died as a result. It is said that Armand Hammer made over $1 million with Allied Drug. During a trip to Russia, Lennon convinced him to work in Russia, and he went and opened a pencil-making factory and was shortly thereafter bought out by the Soviets, and he returned to America. He then married his third wife, a very wealthy woman named Frances Barrett Tolman, and invested in Occidental Petroleum, reinvigorating the company, making it incredibly profitable and increasing his own fortune. Throughout his lifetime, he made very powerful friends, and among those friends were none other than, ta-da, the then Prince Charles. Their connection came through Charles's uncle, Lord Louis Mountbatten, who was an advocate of United World Colleges, an organization founded by Armand Hammer. At some point, Charles became the international president of United World Colleges. In 1985, an article referred to Armand Hammer as a close friend of the British royal family, and Charles paid tribute to Armand Hammer at a Palm Beach fundraising event, saying, "I really don't know how to thank Dr. Hammer. With his energy and his vision and his absolute determination, he has achieved something quite extraordinary." You can just imagine that in Charles's voice. Armand Hammer died in 1990. In 2003, it was reported that it came to light that Armand Hammer spent almost 70 years spying on Western countries for the Soviet Union, and was identified as a Russian asset by American and British intelligence agencies. During that time, Hammer spent more than 40 million on charitable donations to various causes important to Prince Charles, and had given Charles and Diana many gifts, as well as the use of his corporate jet. Although he managed to stay in favor with Charles, behind Charles's back and in private, Armand Hammer mocked Charles and called him gullible and naive. Neil Linden, a former aide of Hammer, said, "Prince Charles effectively prostituted his royal standing in return for tens of millions of dollars in donations from Hammer." Oy vey. But it did not end there. I mean, as if that was not bad enough. In 2018, the Daily Mail was questioning Prince Charles's relationships with what they called unsavory billionaires, and included a letter Charles wrote to Hammer. In the letter, Charles wrote, "My dear Mr. Hammer, I have so many things to thank you for that I hardly know where to begin. Your kindness in letting us fly back in your 727 was enormously appreciated, and I am now thoroughly spoiled for any form of flying." The relationship was so close that Charles even wanted to make Hammer godfather of Prince William. But Diana refused, one of her excuses being that Hammer was already too old. Anyway, my friends, what shall we say? Was Charles looking for a father figure, and characters like Savile, Van der Post, Hammer, and others? I mean, he had these close relationships to these men who were so much older than him. Or was he, and is he, still so impressed by wealth that all common sense flies out the window when the dollars and pounds start rolling in? I honestly don't know. But you've heard the stories now, and you can decide for yourself. Okay guys, I am following Harry's case in the Mirror, which is giving us a sort of almost minute by minute rundown, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. I think let us get today's hearings over and done with, and then I will summarize it for you. Okay, so until then, please take good care of yourselves. Bye.